our downtown segment part 2. Rochelle from Era Jewelry today, who I work with and who has been on my YouTube a bunch of times as cameos, suggested today to get someone's outside perspective of what we do downtown every day. And I know I had my mom downtown, but she was in no mood to be really breaking this down for everybody. So now I have Sarah, and I don't know, what did you think of the grind today?
Well, it was definitely a grind, which I was not expecting.
A grime or a grind, or both?
I think in this case they're synonymous. Because I feel like your jewelry has this like really ethereal, like beautiful tone to it, but underneath it all, like what goes into it kind of blew my mind. And it's one of those like classic things where until you actually see how something's made, like there's just no way you can appreciate it. And I probably saw like a fraction of what goes into jewelry making today, which was like 5 hours of literally running around, talking to people, like casting, plating, like all this stuff, meeting with manufacturers. I'm exhausted. So I do not, like, my appreciation for what you do too has completely changed.
Thanks.
Totally.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of running around, and I've tried to film like some of that, and it's all within like a block and a half radius. So you're just kind of like bouncing back and forth. I think what really blew her mind is, do you want to show them your jewelry pen?
Oh, yes, I do.
She wants to show this off. I know
oh my
she does.
God.
I think laser engraving really blew her mind most, because pull it back. The focus. She's just really excited. She got her phone laser engraved, and I think that might be the highlight of her day. But to see how those processes work, I think you found interesting.
I found it fascinating. I had literally no idea. It's kind of like a jewelry underworld.
Yeah. I mean, because it's all sketchy and it makes no sense. And there's, probably like a square mile of buildings with like little rooms going up 8-10 floors, and all these little rooms do very similar things, but they don't have a web page, they don't have a Yelp page. You just you hear about them randomly through the grapevine from a person of a person of a person and hope that it's good.
That was the craziest thing to me, because like my whole business is all about, like shaking hands and having business cards and having websites, and you asked for a business card from a business owner, from a manufacturer who does
like
stuff
a major
for,
business owner.
Pamela Love, all these incredible people, and he casually just
he's like, yeah, I don't have one.
Just, call me if you want to do business with me.
You know her number, right? Yeah, okay, that works.
It was so bizarre.
Yeah. So I was trying to explain to her that's why I'm trying to make these YouTube videos, because I don't think I fully grasped that when I started, is to show you what to expect. And obviously I can only speak for LA and a little bit of Providence, Rhode Island, because I worked there some, but it's kind of the same. It was almost worse in Providence because all the buildings are spread out, so you have to drive to them. It's not like in LA where you're meeting a guy on the street, no one's walking around. So it's all weird and sketchy, and
a lot of people only take cash, let's put it that way.
Only cash, which I won't do. How do you track? You can't track cash. It doesn't work.
Can't
anyway, what did you think of the showroom element of it?
That was awesome. Obviously, I was very proud. Saw your name up there. It's another one of those things where I don't know how things get placed in stores, and it's just it was just another eye-opening thing of how things actually work behind the scenes.
It's like shopping for shoppers.
Yeah, exactly. So it was just a cool another layer to how everything kind of ends up being the final product. But again, there are just so many layers, and that's pretty much what blew my mind. But the showroom was really, really cool. It was also a cool way for me to see all of your work being showcased.
Yeah, that's the other thing. All your seasons, all of your whatever, is on all the shelves, which I've showed briefly in videos. But it's like having a full catalog in person on the shelves.
Help me figure out what I'd like next from the old collection.
Legit shopping it. Trying to think what other elements we saw today. It's just the part I love about it that I don't know if I've relayed a lot is it's all family-run businesses. It's every different language and nationality and type of person you could imagine has these different family-run businesses, whether it's casting or stone setting or whatever. I think that's kind of cool.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Like,
And-
I mean, when
yeah.
we went to casting today, it's like the guy that I always deal with, which is the owner, the dad, and his son's working there. And then sometimes they have their daughters and their sons and their cousins. They're employing like an entire section of their family.
Well, and this might just be a testament to the way you are with people because you're very personable, but like they really treat you like family. Like even
I
me,
was
like
jazzed.
they like took me in. They just like did this for me.
She's not excited at all about the phone.
No, I'm gonna bring it up maybe 2 or 3 more times. That's actually really interesting. Like it's clearly just such a referral-based business because they're all stacked on top of each other, essentially doing the same thing, and yet they're like generations totally committed to this craft.
Yeah. Which is, I think, one of the reasons a lot of people are like, oh, you don't make your own stuff, because although I am locally made, I am not personally making a lot of my stuff anymore, but I'm using people that have learned this from their fathers and their grandfathers, and I think that's equally as special and far more talented than, I mean, it would take me forever to learn half the stuff that they know. And I think it's cool supporting craftsmen, generations of craftsmen like that.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Must
Yeah.
feel good to like patronize, that kind of local
And you know how
business.
much I love shooting the shit.
Yeah, that's why we were there for so long.
Okay, but also we were working. And getting your phone lasered.
That's 3. That's the most important thing that we did today.
Anyway, I just wanted to share a outsider's perspective because while I feel like I'm showing a lot of the daily grind, which to me is a lot of the same, I go to CAD, I work on custom, I go to plating, I go to casting, like the same vendors. The point is I'm going to the same vendors. Like I'm extremely loyal to the people that I've met and developed relationships with. So that's why it looks a lot the same, which is why I wanted to bring in someone else, see what they thought about it.
Well, thanks for bringing me in.
All right, we're out.
Peace.
Time to drink more wine.